We end today's program by taking a look at innovative and sustainable healthcare. First, we witnessed the Best Care Always campaign being implemented at Mediclinic Vergeleken. Then we see how quality healthcare can be made available to a broader section of society through intervention and training.
We support the Department of Health's vision of greater access, affordable, quality healthcare as proposed by the National Health Insurance Scheme. This is in line with Mediclinic's commitment to a sustainable South African healthcare future. We believe that we have to focus on infrastructure and innovation. This is critical in this context, and therefore we will continue to invest significantly in capital projects, in new equipment in order to enhance our business.
Mediclinic Southern Africa hospitals participate in the Best Care Always campaign, the purpose of which is to promote collaboration between public and private hospitals and to prevent healthcare-associated infections through the implementation of bundles.
Healthcare-associated infections are associated with hospital care. So if you do develop an infection in hospital, it's often healthcare-associated because of the devices we put in, things like central lines. Central lines are not put in non-critically ill patients. They're put in often in emergency situations. So CLAPSI is central line associated bloodstream infections. And the big thing with regards to prevention is actually the correct sterile insertion of the line.
These common best practices or bundles may sound complicated to some of us, but they are crucial in understanding the importance of collaboration to ensure patient safety and sustainable healthcare management. Public-private initiatives are a component of Mediclinic's overall approach to sustainable healthcare. This involves collaborating with government hospitals to provide much-needed surgical support in various disciplines. Through such partnerships, a broader section of South African society is able to access quality healthcare.
The Kimberley Cataract Project is actually one of our largest CSI projects we've ever undertaken. We have realized that there's a huge backlog in terms of what the public sector can master, and as the private sector we felt we have to get involved, and so we're really very excited to partner with the public sector in this project.
This R3 million project forms part of the first tier of the company's structured CSI strategy. An agreement was reached with the Department of Health to address the backlog of cataract operations which exists in the province. A team of private ophthalmologists, together with senior medical officers and anaesthetists from the Kimberley Hospital complex, operate on these patients on weekends when Mediclinic Kimberley has spare theatre capacity. To make the joint collaboration a success, the Kimberley Hospital also provides pharmaceuticals and transport for patients, some living up to 300 kilometers away.
But cataract blindness in South Africa and most third world countries is our biggest cause of blindness, where we can help patients that don't have the funds. Makes a huge difference in their lives. Once a year there's the Right to Sight project and the Eye Care Awareness Week here in October, where everybody over the whole country tries to do as much surgery as possible. And a lot of emphasis put on the doctor, but the whole theatre team and all the other doctors involved add their share. We get the pupil here and then we get the lens, and this is where our problem lies. This lens becomes hazy over time as people get older and through some diseases like diabetes. What we basically do with this kind of operation, we make a small incision from the side, another second small incision, then the front membrane of the lens that's sitting here, we open up in a circular way. That is the optic part where the patient sees through, and that's the little legs that positions the lens nicely in place. Then the hard part of the lens we take out with this ultrasound or phacoemulsification machine. The soft part we take out with the same machine, just without any ultrasound, and then we put in a new foldable lens through the small opening that kicks out and goes to sit into place there. And then about 4 weeks after that, then we send the patients for their new glasses, which then gives them a broader spectrum of vision afterwards.
I waited 6 years for the operation. It's not everybody that does things like this. It was really a blessing to have somebody come forward and see to us.
Maar nou na die operasie toe kon ek al die werketjies self net doen.
Many of the challenges that the Southern African healthcare sector faces are universal to the rest of Africa, such as the very high burden of disease and the critical shortage of healthcare professionals.
To overcome this shortage of healthcare professionals, particularly nursing professionals, Mediclinic took the deliberate step to become a registered tertiary education institution. Today we have 6 learning centers, 2 satellite campuses, and we train more than 1,000 nurses on an annual basis.
We believe that healthcare is a need that should be available to everybody.
We need to ensure collaboration. We need to ensure a scientific approach in the implementation of government's policy of greater access, affordable, quality healthcare for all our citizens. This policy, however, can only be realized if we ensure that we leverage the skills of all our role players. The private sector is willing and able to make a significant contribution to this goal. From a Mediclinic perspective, this opportunity we look forward to.
Triple bottom line, sustainability, corporate social responsibility, they're all terms that are really closely linked together and used interchangeably. They all place the emphasis on a different angle, but at the end of the day it's about sustainability for businesses, for society and for the planet. Africa is perceived to be the new growth market around the world, especially after the financial crisis. And while we are a continent full of opportunities in terms of huge human power and natural resources available, we are also a continent full of needs and challenges that are currently not being fully addressed. Companies that want to then succeed in Africa are going to, for their own sake, have to invest into the growth of the continent. And that will have a positive impact for their businesses and will have a positive impact for the continent itself.
Thank you for being with us on It's Africa's Time, and do join us for our next episode where we discuss sustainable resource management with Altius Holdings, Exaro and Oceana.